Welcome to the November 18th, 2025 City Council meeting. Roll call, please.
Mayor Webb.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Lucero.
Here.
Councilmember Londo.
Here.
Councilmember Sullivan.
Here.
Councilmember Washington.
Here.
It takes us to the swearing in of elected officials.
Mr. Mayor, would you please step to the front along with City Clerk Lisa Mayo for the administration of the oath of office, please?
Step. Yeah.
I need you to raise your right hand.
Shift more,
And after
shift more.
your oath, I just need you to swear or affirm. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and I will faithfully perform the office of mayor in and for the city of Hazel Park, county of Oakland, and the state of Michigan to the best of your ability. So help you God.
I will.
Need to sign right here. Whoops, that's okay.
You did a job. I would like to say thank you to everybody that supported me and all you coming out in the audience here. Thank you. I'll make it official.
Oh, sounds good.
Swear or affirm. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and I will faithfully perform the duties of council member and for the city of Hazel Park, county of Oakland, and state of Michigan to the best of your ability.
I affirm.
Congratulations.
Congratulations again.
I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that I will faithfully perform the duties of office of council member for the city of Hazel Park, county of Oakland, and the state of Michigan according to the best of your ability.
I affirm.
Thank you.
Congrats again, Luke. I think they got new light bulbs.
I'd like to say thank you to everyone that come out to support us. I'd like to also thank the residents that supported me during the election. And even the ones that didn't, I'd like to say thank you for your efforts and contribute to the efforts of making Hazel Park a great place. Again, thank you. Any other candidates like to say anything? Thank you. Let's move to move to the elections.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to nominate Councilperson Andrea Washington to be the next Mayor Pro Tem.
I'd like to second.
Any discussion, dissension? Seeing that, unanimous.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Takes us to the approval of the revised agenda.
Your Honor, I move approval of the agenda as revised.
Second.
Any discussion, dissension? Unanimous. Takes us to the public hearing. Annual community 2026 Annual Community Development Block Grant Fund, CDBG grant fund. That's what
City Manager Ed Klobuchar? Yes.
I got a tongue there.
First, we'll open the public hearing. Does anybody wish to speak about the Community Development Block Grant application for 2026? Seeing none, Mr. Mayor, you can close that.
Open the hearing.
Mr. Mayor, the city is requesting applying for amounts of $90,000, $86,000 to go to code enforcement, and $4,000 to go to services of victims of domestic violence at Haven. The administration requests approval.
Approval of PY 2026 Annual Community Development Block Grant, CD.
Support.
Any discussion, dissension? Motion passes.
Just want to thank the community again for continuing that funding for the victims of domestic violence in our community.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's really important. Our office makes referrals there on a regular and ongoing basis.
Right.
And services are free.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The county supports us well with that.
Yes.
And it takes us to, we got our county commissioner, Ann Galt, here. She would like to come up and give us a report from the county. Put her on the spot, I think.
You could probably do the police thing.
And there's a public hearing.
No, public hearing closed.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting to speak, so I'll keep this very short. I'm glad that you were able to get your application in for the Community Development Block Grant funding. I'm fingers crossed. I don't have any direct impact on that, but
We are expecting great things from you.
But if there's anything I can do, I will do that. The one thing I just wanted to say is we are in the process of creating new ethics rules to apply to the Board of Commissioners and all countywide elected officials. And I believe it might apply to the deputy county executives as well. There was the proposal put forward by our county executive, Dave Coulter. There is another similar proposal put forward by our board chair, Dave Woodward. We're going to be discussing that at the upcoming Legislative Affairs and Governmental Operations Committee on December 2nd. I'm a vice chair of that committee. So it will be an interesting process because a lot of people have a lot of thoughts about it, but I'm reasonably confident we're going to have strengthened ethics rules. It's just the devil's in the details, so we'll see what actually comes out. But other than that, not a lot going on. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Just want to say thank you for your support for the co-responder program funding. We hope that that's going to be a permanent thing. And some things should be county priorities, and that's, I want to go on record as saying I absolutely firmly believe that that should be a county-wide funded program.
And I think there is some support for that, and we'll continue to work on that next year and see what we can do.
Thank you, Commissioner. That's all we can ask.
We appreciate all your support.
All right.
Commissioner.
Thank you.
Good night.
That takes us to special presentations. A proclamation naming November Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas the Great American Cancer Society estimates that 67,440 Americans will be diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and 51,980 of them will die in 2025. And whereas, according to the American Cancer Society, pancreatic cancer accounts for about 3% of all new cancer cases in the United States, but about 7% of cancer deaths altogether, and with a 5-year survival rate of only 13%. And whereas the Hirschberg Foundation states that pancreatic cancer is currently the third leading cause of cancer death in the United States after lung, colon, and is expected to be ranked second by 2030. And whereas pancreatic cancer is difficult to diagnose, with most cases only being detected after the cancer has spread to other sites of the body. And whereas the health and well-being of the Hazel Park residents may be enhanced by increasing awareness about the symptoms and the risk factors of pancreatic cancer, and as well as research into early detection, causes, and effective treatments. Now, be it there proclaimed I, Michael Webb, do hereby recognize November as Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month.
Mr. Mayor, thank you for that proclamation. I don't know if Melissa Schwartz wants to say something. As we all know, she tragically lost her husband to this horrible disease several years ago. And thanks to the efforts and fundraising of people like Melissa, we are finally now knocking on the door to some advances in treatment for what is probably one of the worst diagnoses that a human being can receive. So it's very important that we remember that you can make progress, and we are making progress, and we need to keep that fight up.
Thank you very much for calling the attention to this important matter. And I do want to say that I was just notified that our third law enforcement person, very young man, just recently diagnosed. We've lost our previous two law enforcement individuals who are diagnosed. If there is anyone who's been diagnosed with pancreatic adenocarcinoma and they would like to have some free legal services and guidance, please don't hesitate to reach out to me here at the City Hall, Melissa Schwartz. And if I don't know how to assist, I'll put you in contact with those that can. So just know that I'm very grateful for bringing this to the attention, and thank you again.
All right, takes us to item 2, the Police Department Life Savings Award presentation.
Mr. Mayor, Chief Hamill is here.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. Thank you for your time. Every day, our police officers put on their uniforms, they go out and they perform services for the community that they work for. They do good work every day. And if I could, I'd give them all awards, but I've told them before I don't give out participation awards. But I do recognize the work that they do. And so what we do have is we do have an awards committee where anyone can make a recommendation and they will vet that and come up with a recommendation for me. And then I will look at that, and if it meets our criteria, we will more than happy hand out those awards. And I have a couple of awards that have met that criteria. On August 12th, 2025, a male resident of Hazel Park had engaged in a verbal disagreement with his wife, and out of frustration, the man had punched his fist through a house window, cutting his right arm. It was a severe cut. He asked his wife just to drive him to the hospital. So they loaded him up, and his wife attempted to do so, but she obviously saw that he was losing a lot of blood, and he was also passing out. So the wife had pulled into the police department parking lot, at which point Officer Hanks observed this and made contact with the wife and also checked on the injured man. Officer Hanks had assessed the injury and called for assistance. Officer Hanks had found, like I said, a severe laceration with excessive blood loss happening while the man was seated in the passenger seat of the vehicle. Sergeant Cons had arrived on scene at that point. They both deployed or made use of tourniquets that all officers have in possession of. They applied that tourniquet in a proper manner to stop the excessive blood loss. That man was then transported to a hospital by our Hazel Park Fire Department and was treated. Later, I had the opportunity, I spoke with Fire Chief Walker, who advised, as well as other hospital staff, that all agreed that the quick actions of both of these officers by applying that tourniquet in the correct manner saved that man's life. If it wasn't for these two officers that were there and applied the training that they were given or that they had done, that man would have died. And so because of this, I am awarding both of these officers life-saving awards. Officer Brian Hank. Sergeant Brian Collins. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, the training that these officers go through in the time that they've worked here, fortunately, they're able to work under stressful conditions. And from what I've heard, they were calm, professional, and worked together again and were able to apply that tourniquet. And I couldn't be prouder. And thank you for your time.
Yeah, Chief, and again, I witnessed that. I was out there as well. I was right out there watching these guys and the work that they did, and you men did an extraordinary job. You're a credit to this city and a credit to this police department, and I thank you for the service that you provide our community every day. I'm glad we're able to recognize the both of you for a job well done. You literally saved that man's life. I thought there was no way, and you guys did a phenomenal job. So I hope that you remember this for the rest of your lives, because that man is breathing today and living his life because of the quick actions that you guys took. So thank you.
Thank you, guys.
That was great.
I'd like to say thank you to all the brave men and women in uniform for protecting us and helping us in times in which we hopefully never have to experience. And their efforts do not go unnoticed. Thank you. And it takes us to civic announcements. I'll open up to civic announcements. Seeing no one, City Council, I do have I think it's November 25th, next Tuesday. We have a tree lighting ceremony out front of City Hall here.
Absolutely. And we encourage everyone to come visit.
Bring the kids.
Treats and a special guest and visitor from the North Pole.
Yep.
So come on out and let's make our lighting ceremony another event for the community.
Hopefully it's not as cold as last year, but it may be. We don't know.
We will deal
And again,
with
it's got to be cold enough for Santa to come here.
We will deal with rain. We will deal with sleet. We will deal with snow. We will light that tree no matter what.
That's right. It's going to be phenomenal. The 25th. Any other civic announcements from the board? I'm seeing here.
I have it's not an announcement, but the Hazel Park Youth Assistance Committee wants to thank the City Council, the Mayor, the City Manager for being the continued sponsorship, for continuing to provide the services and partnering with us to provide what we do to the community. And I want to take a special thanks to the police and the fire department, who sent out 5 officers, and we took 9 families to Target and went on a shopping spree for school clothes and supplies and things like that. So the money goes right back into the community, and we as a committee wanted to thank everybody for your sponsorship. Thank you.
Of course.
And Mr. Mayor, this is an amazing community and an amazing area here. And I want to thank the Kim Young Superfood Grocery Market for their generous donation of a few pallets of ramen noodles and drinks that we'll be handing out to needy residents. Stay tuned to Facebook tomorrow. The Recreation Director is putting together a schedule and a program for the distribution of those foodstuffs. And I want to thank them for their generous donation and for answering the call. I know that some people were very late with their benefits, and that created a financial hardship for many families in our community. We just want to let them know that there are businesses in this area that care, and the city of Hazel Park. We're going to continue to do all that we can to try to provide them support. I want to, several members of council reached out to me and requested that we begin to start searching for donations like this, and serendipitously, Linda Williams from the chamber and from my office received a notification of a potential donation, and we were able to take advantage of that. So a big thank you to her and to that business and to everybody, and we're going to continue to try to do everything that we can to make sure people have every option that they need to have their stomachs full during this time.
I believe the giving tree will be set up in the next couple of days at the City Hall here.
That is the plan.
And you can always pick up a tag there, anonymously pick up something for someone that's on a tag.
Just please, if you do pick up a tag, please do follow through and purchase the item.
Please.
And don't wrap it.
And do not wrap it.
We will wrap them. Thank you. And then we'll close civic announcements. Public discussion, we open that. Sahed Murtazo Rose, 328 Myers.
Hello, council and staff. My name is Syed Murtaza Rose, 328 East Myers. I'm excited to be in Hazel Park. My wife and I are first-time home buyers. It's been officially 1 year being in the city, and a lot of the great things that you've done, including the bike lanes and investing in small businesses, is the reason we chose to purchase in the city. However, I'm speaking today out of concern for government transparency related to the Amazon drone delivery starting in Hazel Park. First, I'm curious as to how much public input or even transparency was provided to residents, since the public is learning about this directly from Amazon posts and billboards. Also, Facebook is not an effective way for elected officials to reach out to constituents. I do understand Amazon is a private company, but this service is going to impact residents and businesses. I have a few concerns. Were residents living around the facility notified or allowed an opportunity to give feedback, as they're going to be the most impacted members of the community? The service is quoted to be a way to just save a trip, such as someone who ran out of coffee. I am concerned for the small trips I make throughout the week to businesses like Tony's Ace Hardware, My Town Market, Hazel Park Food Center, and Cascara. Mainly, how will this cut into the consumer base for small businesses in the city, the platform that many of you successfully ran your elections on, and one wish congratulations on that. That's exciting. Amazon's patent for the delivery service includes targeted ads based on data collection. How will the city protect the privacy of residents? And most importantly, in a CNG article published on November 14th, Councilman Londo is quoted talking about a fact-finding mission that Councilors Londo, Sullivan, and Washington went on to an Amazon drone facility in Phoenix, Arizona. What the public would like to know is who paid for the trip, what facts were found, and why is this information not shared with the general public? I do understand the complexity of this issue, both in that this is a private business, and the city may only have limited control over what they can do, and that Amazon could move their drone service to be housed across the street on the 8 Mile State Fair location. And the last thing I want is to push an issue into our neighbors in Detroit. Overall, I'm disappointed in the lack of transparency from the city and council about this initiative, and I hope that we are able to put some checks and balances when it comes to large corporations pushing their services on the residents. Thank you for your time.
Sarah Pitchford.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I live at 334 East Bernard. I'm also here because I'm deeply concerned about the Amazon drone program and what it means for our community. We love to pride ourselves on supporting small businesses, uplifting marginalized neighbors, and making decisions with transparency. That's been the target word for a couple of years. For that reason, the sudden endorsement of Amazon's drone delivery before a full process of community input feels out of alignment with the values that we say we hold. The community meeting scheduled for Thursday, which again wasn't announced during civic engagement, is during typical working hours. It creates a barrier for many residents who deserve a voice in this decision that affects their privacy, the local economy, and their safety. I have a lot of reasons to be concerned, but I was going to share 4 here today and just hope that we can continue this conversation. Number 1, privacy and surveillance. Amazon's own patents describe drones that collect visuals and sensory data as they fly over private property. This information can be used for targeted advertising. This is not a speculation. It is part of their documented business model. We recently saw our neighbors in Ferndale and their contract with flat cameras end because of concern about privacy and the disproportionate impact on marginalized communities. Is it worth asking why we would invite another surveillance system that flies over our yards? Impact on workers and the local economy. There's been claims that drones will create jobs. However, Amazon's track record suggests something very different. Automation tends to reduce human positions. Working conditions in their facilities are known to be stressful and unsafe, and their business strategies often harm small businesses that we love. A small number of drone supervisors does not replace a stable and community-rooted employment. Third, use of public resources. If Amazon benefits from public redevelopment dollars and long-term tax breaks, which they do, we know that Cascara, the coffee shop that we love that is rooted in community, pays 5 times more per parcel than Amazon, then residents deserve to ask what the return on investment will be like. Is it also reasonable to ask whether adding drone technology strengthens our city or extracts more from it? Fourth is government oversight and public trust. I'm a mental health therapist, and I work with people all the time that are so scared to engage in resources because regulatory protections and agency oversights are being weakened. Adding corporate-operated cameras in the sky is likely to increase mistrust and will most likely affect our queer, disabled, immigrant, and low-income neighbors. Hazel Park deserves a full and accessible community conversation. This means no rush decisions, no symbolic meetings that take place when no one can make it. Our choices should reflect the value that we claim, which includes care, equity, and community. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Any other public discussion for the audience? Seeing no one? Mr. Klobuchar, how was this totally handled?
Again,
I know we did not make a decision on this.
no, because Amazon has a business license that allows them to engage in delivery services. What they did was they requested a platform to launch these drones. And that platform, the only requirements that they needed was permission to construct that. That went through the Planning Commission process. The Planning Commission process held a public meeting that was posted per the Open Meetings Act. They made a decision, they approved it, and Amazon proceeded. Now, when it became clear that this was going to happen, I received some comments and some concerns from each and every one of you on council. So what I did was I used my administrative authority, such as it is, to halt the construction process until such time as we could find out more about this process. Now, please understand, there's very dubious, if no legal authority for me to have issued that order whatsoever. Nonetheless, Amazon was cooperative with my order, and some members of council began a fact-finding mission that they undertook to begin to look into what exactly the drone delivery program would constitute for the city of Hazel Park. Now, please understand something. Amazon is going to implement a drone delivery program. The city of Hazel Park does not regulate the airspace over the city of Hazel Park. All airspace is regulated by the Federal Aviation Administration. So the FAA regulates the airspace. The city of Hazel Park has nothing to say about that particular situation. So, whether or not individuals in this room or in this community or at this table oppose the Amazon drone delivery program, the Amazon drone delivery program is going to proceed because they have the approval of the federal government to occupy the airspace. We have no authority, and this is a fact, to regulate the airspace over the city of Hazel Park. That is exclusively a federal authority. I just had an opportunity to go to a drone training program with the police and firefighters, and that was very clearly, the jurisdictional situation was very clearly explained to us in that training. Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry.
I'd like to have, I kind of see where things did not get totally clarified in the public in general for questions that they may have. Because I've got bombarded in the last 2 weeks about a little more clarity about how this process is going to happen. So can I make a suggestion that maybe Amazon schedule a date that's more conducive to the residents that work? Maybe
Again,
Saturday morning, Saturday evening? Or so there's questions that can be raised and answered, not to say that we're going to change the outcome, but for the clarity for the residents so they can actually have a voice to find out what is happening.
We can ask, but we cannot dictate that.
No, I'm just asking if we could ask them to do something.
And I will ask them to put on additional educational information.
I got a couple questions I'd like to ask, but I never got a chance to.
And they've been very receptive to that. Again, they have been very transparent, and I think these meetings are an example of the transparency that they're, and I'm not shilling for Amazon here. They're the big company on planet Earth. They can take care of themselves, and they can explain their own messaging at these meetings. But all I can say is that when I told them to stop, they stopped. And council members had an opportunity to really do a deep dive into this, to speak with people who were already in areas where they were doing delivery, and they were able to really see how this thing operated. And they came back, and I will let them speak for themselves on what they found out in that process. But everyone here needs to understand, if you believe that you can stop this process by going to local meetings, that's not the case. That's not how this works. So what we're trying to do here is make sure that this process has as limited an impact as we can on our residents and residents everywhere in the surrounding communities. We're working with the city of Romulus now. They have a drone ordinance, and we're looking, they're kind of the experts on this in the state of Michigan, and we're going to see if we can bring something as soon as next month to give us a little bit of an authority in terms of maybe hours of operation, and also something called deconfliction, which means we want to make sure that it is the city that is going through the FAA primarily, as opposed to Amazon that's making decisions about which drones have priority and things like that. But again, everything in the Romulus ordinance kind of defers to the FAA. So that's just simply the truth in how this is working. So we're looking to make the program as community friendly as we can. And I will tell you that Amazon has been very forthcoming about information. And I think if we ask for a second meeting, that's on a Saturday, they'll be happy to provide it. But please be under no illusion that this local unit of government has the ability to stop them.
I think that the people are just asking for a little
Mr. Mayor,
clarity.
Alyssa.
Oh, I was going to say, as soon as we were made aware of this meeting, which Amazon did on their own, they didn't ask us about a meeting time or a date or even a location. It had been requested that if they were moving forward, that they needed to do public interaction. They needed to do public outreach. They needed to do education. Immediately when I heard the time, I said, that's not going to work for most of our population, so you need to have a second meeting. Thus far, they've been very amicable in our requests. They reached out to us to find out what we thought were the best ways for them to reach out to people. We suggested the CNG. We suggested the community email. We suggested billboards. told them to pay for advertising. It's on them to encourage and to be that access point for the residents here. It's not my job to advocate for them, but what I will tell you is when I used my money to go to Arizona, I did so out of concern for how my life experience would change and how this is going to affect my quality of life, as well as every person in the city. And when I was there, I went there to prove to them why I didn't want it in my city. And when I tell you that I learned an incredible amount of information, they answered every question I had, and the answers were not just answers to shut me up. They were the actual answers that I had hoped to hear. I was taken aback. I was a little offended at my own bias that I went there with, because as much as I try to be fair and level-headed, we do get that NIMBY at some point in our lives, and every one of us experiences it, and we can look at other communities and be like, oh, look at them being so, I don't want this here. But in reality, some of this stuff is coming, whether it's in your backyard or not in your backyard, and I will never say that I'm like, rah, rah, go Amazon, but I will tell you that the answers that they gave, the concerns that I had, which were many, as Andrea can attest, I was firing off questions at these men.
She was ready.
I called them out on their lack of diversity. I called them out on their lack of women in leadership and women in roles in the company, this portion of it. And they actually brought that back up later, and they were like, that's actually something that's a great point, and we thank you for making that. And I said, well, we have some things here in Michigan that we can do with education and getting women into these fields with dual enrollment through our high school here. Maybe that's something Amazon could look into helping fund. And he said, that's actually something I'd like to talk further about. So I don't take any of this lightly. I certainly don't take any of this lightly. But I also know that there are legal limits to what we can say officially as representatives of this community and when we can say them. So a lot of that was waiting on the approval from the language from Amazon and the language through the city and the language with our attorneys. So part of that is, I blame part of that, honestly, on Amazon and on their kind of passiveness. And they admitted that they had kind of just assumed we would be okay with it because Pontiac received them with open arms. And I was like, we're not Pontiac. Yeah. And the surrounding cities are also not Pontiac. So I personally emailed an invitation to that event on Thursday to every surrounding community city manager, as well as all of their city council members individually, myself. I've heard back from some of them. I've received phone calls from some of them. All of them are very interested to come. I will also tell you that when Andrea and I were in Arizona, which we went together so we could save a little bit of money, we asked every single human that we made contact with,
every coffee shop, everybody,
how they felt, what they thought, and every single person was like singing the praises of how cool it was, how niche it was, how they had parties and ordered deliveries to their party so that their kids could see it. And we had one gentleman at the hotel when we checked in who said he hated it. And we were so excited because we were like, give us the tea, reinforce what I want to, come at them with. And he said, it doesn't deliver to my house. And we were like embarrassed at our thirst for a negative response, but also it made me feel better that people of all demographics.
He was older too. Like he was not a young guy that's like, oh yeah, technology. Like he was definitely
probably like a little bit younger.
Probably 60.
Yeah.
That's a young guy. What are you?
I mean, like he's not.
He wasn't like in his 20s, right? He wasn't in his 20s. I have sat up on this dais before and been concerned with surveillance. I did ask those questions explicitly and implicitly. I got really good feedback about the way the cameras work. I don't feel qualified to reiterate that information back to you because I worry about the ability of me to say the things correctly, and I don't ever want to put that information in a bad light or give misinformation or give any kind of hyperbole about that, but I was comfortable in the information that they gave me about the cameras, how they work, how they do not surveil while they are flying. There's no live feedback where somebody could hack into it or watch it. And I think that those are the things that Amazon really, the primary has to address and has to provide that information to our residents. And I will keep pressing them to have at least one more, if not an additional option for people to come.
And we called them out too, that they were putting like the wagon before the horse. We're like, you should have had the community outreach before you even attempted to put this in our community, because then it will make it easier and more transparent to our community, because that was what we were worried about.
It's hard to put the cat back in the bag once it's out.
Exactly. So they admitted their fault there, thankfully, which didn't make things better, but at least they know that they were wrong.
Your experience was different. We
met with the local government there. We met with the city council members, their chief of police, and he's not just chief of police. He's like the head of every like public safety, economic development, their assistant city manager. Like we had to sit down and we had a conversation with them about how it has impacted their city and any feedback they received from their residents. And they were glowing and like happy to brag about Amazon Prime Air being in their city, but they answered every question. Like I was like, has this impacted jobs? Has this impacted local businesses? And they were ready to give us the answers to that. So,
okay. Any other comments?
Luke, anything from you? Because you did a whole separate trip from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar case in that as soon as I got off the plane, everybody I spoke to, I pressed them about how they felt about Amazon, the drone delivery. Touring the site, I was able to ask pretty much all the same questions that you asked, just a little bit of a different flavor. My biggest concern was about, say you have somebody that's like a high propensity purchaser that is getting deliveries all the time and doesn't mind paying the $5.99. I was really concerned about, well, how is that going to affect the people that are proximate, especially if you're using the same flight path? And they're like, well, we don't use the same flight path. We monitor who is receiving packages, what areas are being flown over, and if we notice that there is a higher frequency, then we will actually use alternative flight paths so that we don't have to interrupt or inconvenience the exact same people over and over again. I asked them about their clients, how many people are using this service and in what way, because I just kind of assumed, as a Prime member, that it would just be a lot of, similarly situated people using this over and over again. And in reality, it's just people that, don't have the time or ability to run to the hardware store or the pharmacy or the grocery, and they need something immediately. And it's like, do I spend the $5.99 to have it delivered quickly, or do I hop in my car, drive down the street, spend 30 minutes at the store, and then come back? And for that is a value proposition I really, really understand. I spoke to Amazon earlier today. They are going to do a couple additional meetings and virtual, which will actually be at times that are more convenient to the residents, and I genuinely hope that you all participate. I hope this...
Get in them. Get in their business, because they...
Ask them the hard questions.
Yeah, I did. I didn't hesitate. Andrea was like, go get them.
Yeah. I don't think any of us went there with the belief that this was going to be something that we were going to be supportive of. I was not ready for my sci-fi world, but honestly, they turned me into a believer, and I really, really hope that you all take the opportunity to ask them and get information and feed that back to us and feed that to them, because Andrea and Alyssa have said, they've been very accommodating. They take feedback seriously. They want to get better. They want to have the community members provide that input. And if we provide suggestions, they're willing to take them into account.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, no biomicrochips were installed in the brains of my council persons while they went to Arizona. Okay, again, the reason why you have this high degree of community involvement in there, and thank you, Luke, for securing the additional meetings already, is because the council was so adamant that they wanted to make sure that everybody knew what was going on and happening here in Hazel Park. And again, we are somewhat privileged to have this kind of input because it's located here. Those Amazon customers who are just across the street in Warren, in Madison Heights, and in some cases are just as close. The houses are just as close as the Hazel Park residents are. We're inviting them as well, but they didn't have, unfortunately, the same level of impact that we have because it is here. Yep. So that is maybe strangely a point in our favor.
And when it comes to I know noise is a big thing for a lot of people. The highway that I live 5 houses away from is much louder than the drone delivering in your front yard. So, like, if you have a fan by your bed at night, that is essentially the level of noise that you would hear from the drone, and that's only when it's right there in front of you. You don't even really hear it approaching. At least I don't think that it's that loud. But yeah, like, she took a decibel meter.
Like a crazy person, I walked around. Yeah.
Yes. She had a decibel meter like the whole time.
I have a whole, and I will happily show it to you guys after the meeting if you stay. I put the decibel, as soon as we could see it, I put it in the video, and I recorded the entire video of a delivery coming. They leased or rented an Airbnb home that would be the exact closest distance that any home here in Hazel Park would be to their flight path from here, or to their landing pad here. And so they took us there, they ordered, and then we got to watch it come. And so I have the decimal reader in the video the entire time. I took readings of us talking. I took readings outside the launch pad. I took readings inside the launch pad. I took a reading of a mail truck driving by. The mail truck driving by was 20 decibels louder than the delivery drone was. And we were within 20 feet of the delivery drone. I wanted to be able to say, hell no. I wanted to be able to come back and be like, I was right. This is going to be terrible. What do we do to prevent it? And I won't ever say that I'm like a supporter of Amazon and of drones, but I will say that I am okay-ish, and I feel confident.
More comfortable.
Yeah, I feel confident in the fact that the concerns that I had, that I feel most of us have, are very similar, and I feel that they allayed my fears of those things.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yes.
Because it's going to be here one way or the other, and
Yeah.
and
It was either going to
for
be
us to have the
straight
power
and deliveries, or if it was going to be in the city of Hazel Park.
Yeah, and I prefer us to have that better relationship with them, because we can also work on, we've discussed with them about providing Thanksgiving dinner for our community. We've discussed about them helping to set up some other funding for some college funding, for some college course funding. Like, there are things that we can do, that we can leverage our partnership with them. They have more money than everybody. Right. Let them give a little bit of that to our community to help it continue to improve. If we're going to experience drones anyway, we might as well reap some of the benefits of that. And I don't feel that it is at the cost of my security, my safety, my comfort, or anybody else in this room. And I live about 2 blocks away. Yep. Andy lives about a block and a half. Andrea about 3 blocks. And the rest of us, we're all within the same 2 miles. Like,
region.
We're all 2 miles.
I'm 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
The only reason I brought it up is because they brought it up as well. Is I just wanted people to have another opportunity
Absolutely.
to listen to everything, and hopefully, if we can get these meetings set up so people can have the opportunity.
I want you to hear it for yourself, and I want you to ask.
I was very
questions
negative as well.
Yeah, I went at it.
Then I asked questions. You guys answered a lot of those questions. I still have a few more questions I'd like to ask, but
no, we called them out.
ultimately, we're going to get.
Community outreach was late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is going to happen.
Well, we'll talk about it again, maybe at the next meeting after they have another public meetings here and there, and we'll talk to some residents at those public meetings as well.
I've asked them to come to the next council meeting as well.
Yeah. So they're going
They'll be there, and like I said, we're looking. We're going to work with the city of Romulus, hopefully next month, but no later than January. I hope to have something. Again, you're very limited in what you can do to regulate that, but we want to be as forward as we can and make sure we exercise as much responsibility and oversight as we're legally allowed to do.
Let's move on with the consent agenda.
Thank you for asking those questions, sincerely.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I move approval of the consent agenda items 1 through 11.
Second.
Any dissension? I guess comes some discussion. I'd like to see if there's anyone here from Corktown Health. If you have not, everybody's kind of noticed where the old Boyer Lumberyards and the old brewery was, is now a Corktown Health Center. They've been working on it for almost a year now, and everybody said it's really nice in there and everything looks good. And it's going to offer some great benefits to people that may not afford health care. Also some dentistry there.
It is a gorgeous facility.
It'll be affordable for a lot of people that do not have the ability to pay as much as, we all know how dentists are. Every time they touch a tooth, they're looking at a $100 bill. But maybe we can have an opportunity to make and save some people's health here and make them healthier altogether.
For the record, Corktown has come in and they have offered free dentistry services at our recreation department for like the last 3 or 4 years. So we do have a long history of partnership with them, providing free services to our residents, and hopefully we'll be able to develop some more formalized agreements with them as well to help us out. So it's a beautiful facility.
Welcome them.
There. I know Andrea showed up after I left because I had to go to Promise Zone, but Alyssa was there when I was there. I got most of the tour in.
I got the full tour.
I got most of the tour in, and it's beautiful. It's amazing what they've done there. So
They also donated some toothbrushes and dental floss to the Grinch bags this year. So that's very nice. They also do wraparound services. So if you go there and if you don't currently have insurance, they have counselors on site that can help to see if you qualify for insurance and get you signed up for insurance, which is even
Food insecurities, all of that.
all of it. Any service that you need when you are there, they have people on site that will help you to reach out and be able to fill out the information to receive those services. It's wonderful. It's really such a resource in our community.
It's a great
It's outstanding.
Yeah. And from my understanding, they're working with the schools to try and get busing over for like sports physicals and dentistry for the kids in schools here in Hazel Park and everything. So it's going to be
a great resource.
asset here to have it and a resource.
All right, business license for Coffee and Bark. I stopped in Saturday. Other council people have said they have stopped in periodically here and there in the last few days or so.
I was there yesterday.
I went yesterday with Owen.
Welcome to Coffee and Bark. It's a nice facility. They have meeting rooms there as well, and we welcome to Hazel Park. The Buy Shop Supply Store in DeQuinder, DeQuinder Auto Repair, another one there, and the public calendar, we got that.
Yeah, those aren't businesses.
And there's Class C liquor license application on there. They got approved. And it takes us down to the show cause hearing. After with no decision, that passed the consent agenda. Show cause hearing at 444 West 8 Mile. Is there anyone here that would like to speak about 444 West 8 Mile? Please come to the podium.
Anybody? Anything?
Going once, going twice.
He's coming up.
Please give your name and address for the record.
Mike Shaba. My office address is 25637 Van Dyke Ave, Center Line, Michigan. I am the prospective buyer of this property, and I am here to basically let everyone know that I have a purchase contingent on. I understand that there is an order or petition to be decided on demolishing the building. So my contingency is if I am giving the fair time to rehabilitate the building and bring it up to code, I would move forward and do that. I have met with Mr. Pinch, Roger Pinch, and other folks at the city and express my intention. Also, I do have, I am an owner, current owner of 2 commercial properties in the city, and my intention is to bring this up to code and make it a nice building as expected to be, as my previous experience with other properties. So, I do have hopefully some people here that may know me from my track record, and they may have something to say, hopefully nice things. So this is, I hope the outcome, it's would to allow me to fix the building, give me a fair, proper time. I know Mr. Pinch, Roger Pinch mentioned that to show sincerity that City Council may want to see more seriousness, possibly post a bond toward this, and I am not opposed to that, to show my seriousness and sincerity about doing this.
Okay.
If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
One question. What do you intend to do with the property?
A good question. Thank you for asking. I do plan to own it for myself to use it. I own many properties in the adjacent cities, Detroit, Warren, Center Line. So this falls in a good location for me to use it as an office and / storage, and maybe for future development, but that is for the near future use as of right now.
Okay. Any other council people, any questions?
So no plans to turn this into a functioning business? You just want to use it for personal use?
Correct.
What type of storage were you thinking?
Just personal equipment storage for such as good question too, such as maybe if I need some home improvement items or lawnmower, for just property maintenance items and whatnot, but mainly office for myself.
Okay. And you would plan to store those inside of the building, not outside on the lot?
Not outside, no.
Okay.
Was this the purchase agreement that was submitted to Attorney Schwartz in August? Or are you a newer buyer?
Yes, you can approach. Amanda,
Yes,
you can approach.
It is the Shaba. It's on page 5 of Exhibit 4.
No, but there was another one, wasn't
There was one in July. I was on vacation and watching from Amanda Mason, by the way, from vacation. I was on that. And there was one in July where they appeared. I think at that time, the actual owner of the property's lawyer appeared. I don't believe, and maybe we could have a roll call. Is the owner of the property actually here or his attorney? Not sure. So this is the second one we've had.
Yeah. Okay. I would say this is not the same.
No, the first one in July was if you recall, it was a crime scene cleaning business. And then we, in the building department and the code department, have not heard from the owner at all, Mr. Shaba, who is a business owner here, who has other businesses that I can answer questions about if you'd like, came to us and approached us separately. We had no idea that the reason you tabled the last time that there was a show cause in July was for the other person who had a purchase agreement or claimed they did in front of council. And then we never heard from anyone in that regard and have only heard from Mr. Shaba, now a new separate purchase agreement.
Okay. And it does appear from this commercial purchase agreement that's dated July 31st, 2025, that it is with Shaba LLC. That's attached as the exhibit. It's marked number 4 in our packet. Right. And it has 1 through 9 pages.
Amanda, can I ask the other properties in Hazel Park that are owned by this gentleman, Mr. Shaba, are those currently up to code? Have we had any issues with those of code violations?
One of them is Carmen's Auto, which was the subject of it was his tenant, he doesn't own it, but was the subject of a police raid and shut down joint operation by the Auto Theft Task Force and the state licensing facility for auto mechanics. Essentially, I believe there were illegal parts, there were charges that were a result of that. The building has significant code issues, was tagged, it's still tagged. Mr. Pinch is here and can speak to that. And so there were those issues that were happening. There's work orders that are done. There's litter. It is obviously at the corner of 8 Mile and John R. The gas station's there. The tire shop is there. And Mr. Carmen's auto shop is there. But it is regularly, there's litter. There's problems regularly that are there. It took quite a long time to get everything cleaned up. I know there was an eviction that was going on, so that was an issue. And then the other building that is owned by Mr. Shaba is the strip mall that has Tim McGee's coffee shop, Hazel Park, and the various other things that are there. I don't know. I don't think there's really any code issues there per se. There's occasional things, nothing major. There has been rolling tenants that have been there, and that's been the only issue that's been there.
And what would be your opinion of this property?
My opinion?
As the attorney, how would you feel?
Okay, so
Just put you
That's-
You asked for it, so.
okay.
Just want to hear.
Let me get a comment.
Okay. So, and I mean, it's no, and I've been very candid with Mr. Schaub. I've told him that he should not plan on being very attached to this building, to be candid. If I, what I can tell you is this. So I have talked with the community and the people that live on Muir directly across from this regularly, going back to when this was a DJR property. It still is a DJR property. When there was the pit, when we were worried that little children were going to fall into it and die, when we had to take all of the stuff from the Memorial Festival, because it was Memorial Weekend, to have it flagged off so nobody would fall in.
Right.
I am the subject of constantly having work orders being done, having to inconvenience DPW, having to deal with cleaning up. I have received the guy who lives in the Black House, who's kitty corner there, who was also a contractor. I think he was calling me every day for 6 months straight. There are various other relative or people that I've talked to on that. It's a great, great, great street. To be very clear, I think it might be one of the safest streets in Hazel Park. Absolutely love the people on that area of Muir. They are tired of looking at this blighted property.
Yes.
They are tired of hearing that there's going to be this pot development, which they were not thrilled about, but came to wrap their heads around it because we talked to them about scent and things that were happening. And then that falls through, and then they sit. And then, you know, we're limited with how we can care for the property in terms of work orders, because I can't just regularly have the grass trimmed like I would at my house. I have to wait legally for it to be a nuisance in excess of 8 inches. And so, you know, we always wait 12 inches or so. They're just tired. They're very, very, very tired of it happening. There have been complaints about drug use being there. There have been complaints about vagrants. There have been complaints about needles. There's been car accidents. It's my job, but this property is a pain in all the wrong places all the time. It's constantly like I have to worry about whether it's getting snow, whether there's litter happening, whether there's it.
I get it.
So I think it needs to come down.
The other side, what was your name?
Mike.
Okay, what are you really going to do? You're just going to fix it up, make an office, and that's it?
Or are you gonna?
You're going to make an office and put some storage there? That's all you're going to do?
Or are you gonna?
Are you going to make, I guess my other point is, you've heard the complaints from the neighborhood. You've heard other complaints from other things. Where are you really wanting to go with this?
I think he told
I'm
me.
trying to put you, no, it just sounds like you want to put an address on here and be an office.
And he also has another building that is
Attached to-
that is that has code violations.
I saw that.
Just saying, you also have another building currently that has code violations that you have not addressed, right?
That need to be addressed or have had code investment.
Yeah. Okay.
This is why, with respect to what the manager said, this is why there's so many problems with it, because it's unoccupied. I'm going to occupy this on a daily basis. When it's occupied on a daily basis, it's more monitored, it's more, being watched. It's lived in, literally, like, on a daily basis, occupied. So, yes, and even if it's torn down, it's just going to be a property that it's not going to change much of the property. It's still going to go vacant. That's my, and I agree. If it's unoccupied, if it's abandoned, yes, you're going to have all kind of problems.
Okay. Thank you.
And with respect to what she said about Carmen's Auto Sales,
Could you speak into the microphone, please?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Amanda. Can I have my phone too? Oh, thank you.
I didn't know you
You were getting like a bit attached, but okay. So with the respect to what Amanda said to Carmen's Auto Sale, I just want to clear this. I am a part owner of this. And, of course, when Carmen's Auto Sales was in violation, we did everything that it took, and I cooperated, and she can tell you.
We are in, and I think she made that clear, we are in no way ascribing any criminal activity, liability, or responsibility for that to you. I want that clear.
That doesn't reflect on
nothing. That's not intended, and she was very clear as a tenant.
The condition of the building is separate.
I wanted to clear for the plaza where one of the beautiful places that I'm proud of to see, the Hazel Park Cafe, and I brought in an ethnic Middle Eastern restaurant, Zaytuna. I'm sure Everybody, I hope everybody went there
Good
and
food.
had a taste of
They have good food.
phenomenal food. The place was literally very close to that condition. It closed down, and it's a beautiful place, and more to come.
And we're very pleased with that particular building. I think that she said that. I think what we're looking at here is that this building is profoundly derelict. It's been derelict for a long time.
I agree.
And we also have, besides this building being derelict, we also have a problem with what I would call people buying up buildings and kind of just sitting on them for what might happen. It's kind of a speculation kind of a thing. And we have these buildings used for storage, and we're going to use an office. And again, no disrespect to you. You've been a good property owner here in many respects. And I hold you in high regard. But this building itself is substantially derelict. And it may just be one of those times where we've put up with this and the neighborhood has put up with this for such a long time that I think that's why the administration is in a position where we're going to recommend that it be demolished. And that's no black mark on you. That's no black mark on what you've done with the building that houses Hazel Park. We love Hazel Park. And again, another one of our we'll mention a third outstanding coffee shop in the city of Hazel Park that cares about the community and is a wonderful destination point, and we're glad that you're hosting it. I don't want you to take it personal, but when this is all done, I'm going to look at that mayor and that council, and I'm going to recommend that this thing come down.
And I get it.
It's no knock on you at all.
Absolutely. But I want to tell you with all the confidence in the world, this is what I'm going to do. Is going to be the best thing that's ever going to happen to this building if I'm able to buy it and given the opportunity to fix it up. You know, I'll respect your opinion and your decision, but that's why I'm here. I'm here sincerely saying this, but I will respect your decision. I have no problem with that.
You always have, and you know, like I said, I hold you in high regard. That one building, it's coming along nicely, and a lot of that is because of your efforts. No one holds you responsible for the actions of your tenants. So, but there are the other buildings. It's the condition of the building itself. That's got some issues, and you need to address that. But this one is a bad building.
Yeah. I make a motion.
So when you're saying bad,
yeah.
So in public discussion.
I think the best thing that can happen to that building is it gets torn down.
Excuse me. Now, there, the mayor.
I think we've had enough on this. I think we need to move on with this and talk about it among ourselves.
Okay, no problem. That's fine. I just wanted to say one thing. I did have an architect that's in the structural engineering and architectural. He did inspect the building, and he did give me a report on this that if I may present it to you, just to look at it, and you know, just to make a good decision if it's interesting.
We don't have it before us today.
I'm going to put it this way: we can make our motion, yay or nay. You have 21 days to file in circuit court. If you did not like our decision, that is the way it's always been set up.
Well, he doesn't have.
That's the way it's always.
He doesn't have standing. He's not.
No, but he has a right to appeal.
We can reach out to the property.
Yeah. He does not have standing.
At this point, we're going to talk about it, and I thank you for your comments.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Close. Anybody else want to speak about this property?
Probably from Roger.
Is this the owner?
Rod?
Yeah, I would love to hear from Roger.
Let's get a public hearing.
Hello, Larry Balone. I'm a West Bloomfield resident. I am the listing agent representing DJR Properties in the sale of the property at 444 8 Mile. They're absent owners. They're out of state. It was correct that Paul Talinda, the attorney, was the representative back at the last meeting that this was approached. What I'd like to say is that, they've owned the property for a while from a remote basis with a highly speculative business operation and plan. I do think that the building would be best served to be rehabilitated if, in fact, the engineer that looked at the property says it's not functionally obsolete, that it can be salvaged. It sounds like, in my conversations, that it absolutely can be. As an operating building that's contributing to the 8 Mile corridor, that is clean, that has an operating business, and that will help contribute towards the tax base. In my conversations with Mike, also only knowing him through business interactions, is that I've just come to know him over the last several months about his sincerity to salvage the building, going so far as to spending money on some of this investigation to have it done, and even offering to put up a bond so that there is a development plan in place with a checkpoint and a timeline for these services to be done, so that it is not just a hope and a wish by Hazel Park to put this out there and hope that the building is salvaged, but to more so make it so that you have a plan in place.
I got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Roger?
Yeah, I think we're going to close public discussion.
I'm going to close the public hearing.
Bring up
Roger, you have a comment?
staff.
Well, yeah, the inspection of the building, it's in this report that you have in front of you, and the bottom line of it is substantial amount of funds would have to come into play. And it's time to put this building to rest, bottom line. And again, the inspection report is clear, the roof's leaking horribly, systems in there, electrical, plumbing, mechanical, all just basically 100% dilapidated, defective. I can just go on and on and on, and I'll make it real simple. The building needs to be put to rest. That's the bottom line from my point of view.
Thank you, Roger.
Yeah.
Motion, please.
Your Honor, based upon the findings of the building inspector of the extreme amount of decay affecting the building with the plumbing and mechanical systems being 100% defective and the electrical system having exposed wiring and severe corrosion, the owner having appeared to abandon the property and the city maintaining the exterior by work orders, and based upon the substantial repairs required to bring this property to code and the hearing officer's order that the structure located at 444 West 8 Mile be demolished within 30 days.
Support.
Any more discussion of this property from the council?
Nothing against you, Mr. Shaba, but honestly,
Nothing whatsoever.
All of the constituents in that area, are just really, really tired of this, stressed about it. They're hitting all of us individually. I wish you would have been here 3 months ago when, they were pitching this to this other business, but this is the decision that I need to make for the residents in the area, and I genuinely hope you find another building that suits your needs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we hold you in high regard.
Yes, we do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for trying to make an effort on this property, and I hope you make an effort on other properties before it is too late. Thank you. Any more dissension to this motion? Seeing none, motion passes. Thank you. Administrative reports, Title 8, Health and Safety, Chapter 8.28, Vehicle Storage, first reading.
Mr. Mayor, the administration recommends passage of this amendment at first reading. James is here if you have any questions. Thank him for his efforts on this and many other things. And we recommend approval. You see the synopsis of that there.
James, was this a house cleaning ordinance? Based upon what I read, it didn't seem too materially different. I'm just curious if this is just a slight bit of an update. It doesn't feel like this is a wholesale revision of the previous ordinance.
A lot of it is housekeeping, and I would like to especially credit Amanda and the Code Enforcement Department, and actually Chief Hamill as well. We've really been trying to reevaluate things because a lot of this ordinance dates, 25, 30 years ago. So in addition to some housekeeping things, we are really trying to very, very carefully evaluate all of the factors that may go into vehicle storage on private property, on public property, in garages in the open. So in addition to some of those updates that need to happen, we actually already have some minor amendments in place for a second reading, and I can try to send those out as soon as they're available. to really try to tweak this and make this as good for the community and residents as possible.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to thank James and Amanda and the Code Enforcement Department and the Building Department for all of their efforts on this amendment.
It actually looks like under the violation section that there was a slight reduction in the amount of the fine compared to what people are experiencing currently. Is that correct? Sorry, let me take a look at that. Page 3, item C.
For a first offense, yes. Would the council prefer to leave that first offense at the $200 that, or excuse me?
I think it looks fine.
No, I actually appreciate this. A lot of the time, residents will park on the grass in the hopes of getting off the street so that they can accommodate the garbage trucks, which is a bad decision because you go from like a $35 ticket to a $200 ticket. So this reduces that penalty, and I actually genuinely appreciate that. I move approval of the revised ordinance to amend the Hazel Park Municipal Code, Title 8, Health and Safety, Chapter 8.28, Vehicle Storage.
Second.
Any dissension, discussion? Any more? Hearing none. Motion passes. Boards Commission's reappointment of Marlene Marshall to DDA.
She is an institution. She's been there since the DDA was created in the 80s.
Old business, any old business, new business from the council they want to bring up?
I have an item of new business. It was mentioned previously that there was interest and a desire to bring back monthly proclamations for Citizen of the Month and Business of the Month. I know that that was something that had been done previously when your lovely bride was on council.
A long time ago.
I would really, really like to bring that back starting in January. So I'd appreciate it if the administration could dig into some of those old resolutions and proclamations so that we can templatize it and start recognizing more members of our community.
I think that's an outstanding idea, council member, and I'll be happy to share with you in the coming weeks how those previous councils did that. And I think it's a great idea because there are so many amazing residents and so many amazing businesses that deserve recognition, and they do great things in this community, and they do them without anybody knowing about that. And I think it'd be just great if I think this is a great idea. And I know someone will be, when I go home, someone will be very happy that you reinstated that program.
No.
So.
I like that.
Let's talk about it at the next meeting.
Yep.
Bring us some examples.
Yeah, no, how they did it before was very easy. That, each month, council members took a turn and they picked the Citizen of the Month and the Business of the Month. They made sure that their choices were in no way offensive to the other members of the city council. And once that was established, that they went forward and that individual came before council and they were recognized and they were given a certificate. And you can still see some of those Business of the Month certificates in the community on some of the walls.
Some of the walls of the businesses, yep.
So, and even though that was probably 30 years ago, at least, more than that, 30.
Question. Did we miss a special presentation by the fire department? Are we supposed to do that today?
I don't see it on the agenda.
I don't see it on the agenda.
I saw you guys had it up on, was on the agenda. I didn't know if you guys were going to try to squeeze it in this time.
Yeah, there's
or
not.
next time.
No, not that
Next
I'm
time?
aware of.
All right, next time. All right, just want to make sure.
Have to be next time. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. But, anyone else? New business? I do have one thing. We need to revisit the John R. situation at front of Shamrocks there at the light. We really need to see if we can re-engineer some better way to merge traffic there.
We need signage.
The signage is definitely.
Mr. Young has been working on signage for a year. I will take that to, obviously, he's dealing with a family issue right now.
I know.
That needs to happen. That needs to happen yesterday. And I've also obligated us to provide signage for Madison Heights when they agreed with us to narrow the traffic down. And it is the lack of signage there, not the actual construction of the situation, that is causing this
To look
issue.
at it a little
There is
better.
no, that absolutely needs to be done.
Also,
Thank you for reminding me.
I'd like to get that estimate on how much the lights cost for the crosswalks on the other end of town. I've been asking.
Again,
for
he
a month
was,
now.
you all know there's a reason.
I know. Let me know, please. And any other new business?
Or he would be here today
I
probably to
know.
answer some of those questions. So,
I feel for him. Communications from the department heads. Any department heads wishing to make any comments? Chief Walker?
Congratulations on all you guys that got
Thank you.
elected. A couple things to think about with cold months. Don't run space heaters inside your guys' house. If you are using electric heaters, don't run them on extension cords. We were able to use the city's drone. We had a house fire the other day with structural damage up on the roof, so instead of sending firefighters on the roof that could cause harm, we flew our drone and was able to, just for like a safety and stuff like that. The other thing is we do have a video, but we'll show it next month on the dispatching. I'll show it all you guys.
Oh, get excited.
Yeah.
Excited to
Okay.
see that.
Thank you.
I saw part of it earlier.
yeah, if that was supposed to be on, I'm sorry if it
Yeah.
didn't get on.
Okay, that's all I got. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We'll
Thanks,
definitely
Chief.
get that on.
Any other department heads?
Here comes Lacey.
Finance Director and Deputy City Manager, Alicia Christensen.
Award-winning.
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 Finance visionary. Couple of quick things. As the mayor mentioned, we do have the giving tree. It's going to be available this Thursday. And we ask that they bring them back by December 18th, unwrapped with the tag attached. If there's any questions, feel free to talk to the Treasury Department. We're also going to do a hat and glove drive at the tree lighting ceremony. So if you have anything you can donate, go ahead and bring them here, please. And then we will make sure that they're given out to those in need, either at City Hall or at the Rec Department. And then finally, not as fun, but December taxes are coming out, December 1st. They are due by February 17th, I believe, because we're closed on the 16th. And then you can pay them here with interest after the 17th until the end of February. And then at that time, they'll go up to the county as delinquent. Because we are closed on that Monday, if you pay online or put it in the box, we will ring it in on the next day, so they won't be late. So anytime that, even if it's a Sunday, if you put it in the box, anything that we receive on the Monday morning or the Tuesday morning, we make sure that we backdate it and ring it in. Even that's water bills, that's everything. So always remember that, or you can pay online. There we have free if you do the EFT, and you can pay with credit card.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
The hat and glove drive, do they need to be new?
Yes, new, please. Yes, thank you.
Yes, don't donate your
Good question.
old leftover gloves that are 21 years old.
Any other department heads wish to speak? City Attorney?
No, congratulations
Thank
for
you.
your reelection and our council members.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
City Manager?
Again, congratulations, Mr. Mayor. Congratulations, Councilmember Londo. Congratulations, Councilmember Sullivan. I am deeply appreciative to work for such an outstanding city council that works so hard and diligently to work on issues and do what is the very best for this community. I am privileged to work for you. I serve at your pleasure. And I am, like I said, I admire you for all the work you do for a very small pittance amount of money, how you take this job to heart. And I appreciate you for that. We're continuing to work for you. As you all know, Michigan's system of municipal finance is fundamentally broken, and you're seeing that play out once again. You're seeing budgets having to tighten up a little bit. We saw a change to the revenue sharing formula with respect to the change in the gas tax. So while we have a little more for roads, we have a little less for general government operations, and we need to make sure that we keep the pressure on the legislature to make sure that our cities are fully funded in the future. We're also keeping an eye on what is a very bad for every city, sometimes for different reasons, proposal to change the funding for the court system in the state of Michigan, and we're going to continue to keep an eye on that and do our best to make sure that that thing goes nowhere until it's changed to reflect the needs of every community in the state of Michigan. Finally, I want to talk about my outstanding employees. I watched those police officers save that guy's arm and save that guy's life, and they were amazing. I have a lot of amazing employees. I can't wait to see the drone footage of our fire department in action on the house fire. Our DPW guys work very hard with a very small number of people and limited resources to keep the city clean and functioning in a safe manner. And the folks here at City Hall are doing a great job every single day. The Recreation Department, Amanda Taylor over there, our new interim recreation director, she's just shooting the lights out over there with new programming and amazing things that we're bringing to our residents. And my wife went to a sourdough bread class, and I was the beneficiary of that with that nice new loaf of sourdough bread that she made. I think she's going to take the class again and take my daughter Gina there. And I would encourage everybody to monitor our Facebook and the Recreation Department's Facebook and see all the really cool and amazing things that are going on over there. Mr. Mayor, I need a very brief executive session to discuss litigation, Anderson versus City Hazel Park, and that will be very short. Again, congratulations to the U3 winners, Andy and Andrea. I thank you as well. I appreciate you guys. Congratulations, Andrea, for your election on Mayor Pro Tem. And I look forward to working for you and with you to make Hazel Park even better in the coming year. So, and you know what? I hear that from my department heads too. We're like excited to make something happen. We're going to be bringing some proposals for you for road repairs, and that's coming on at the next meeting. And we'll have much more information for you on that. So we're looking to actually begin this process. We've got the bids out on the pole barn reconstruction. There are so many exciting things that are happening. Again, new coffee shops. Went from not having a single coffee shop now to having five fantastic coffee shops now. And that's so exciting. You hear this from the residents. Thank you, folks, for coming up here and talking about the good things that you like about Hazel Park. And we're going to continue to support those small businesses. We'll have Linda Williams will be publicizing Small Business Saturday here. I don't know, do you want to talk about that now? Or okay, so that'll be coming. So we've got that. We'll make sure we highlight the small businesses here, and we continue to ensure that they thrive. Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Communications from our Councilperson Sullivan.
All right. I want to thank everybody for coming out and hearing us talk about and answer some of your questions. I do hope more people can attend the session through Prime Air on Thursday. It's at the Rec Center from 3:30 to 5:30. It's drop-in style, so you don't have to be there for the entire time. We have requested that our videographer here attend so that hopefully we can get some...
You will be there.
So that hopefully we can get some things posted online as well. And then I appreciate the teamwork of Luke here and Andrea as well, because we've all kind of been hounding on them for the things that we want to keep moving forward and really keep the pressure on to make sure this is the best for our community as it can be. I want to remind people that the Pick It Up Hazel Park survey is still live. Please go and fill that out. We're looking for places in the spring to install those Pick It Up stations. They'll be at community parks. They can be in neighborhoods. They can be on city property. So go on there and request where you would like to see one or where you see the need for one. Also, in addressing that house fire, I wanted to let people know there is a GoFundMe for that family, and it's been posted in our community forum. So if you are able to help them out and able to make a donation, please go ahead and look that up. And I wanted to remind people also to sign up for the community newsletter. That comes directly to your email. It is free. It is monthly. And so you'll have information about upcoming events, calendar events, developments, community engagement. It's weekly. I'm sorry. I said monthly, but it's weekly. And it's a really great resource that you don't have to go seeking the information. It comes directly to your inbox.
Thank you.
That's it.
Councilperson Londo.
Congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Very excited for you. I wanted to reiterate the Amazon meet and greet at the community center on Thursday, 3:30 to 5:30. If you're not able to make it, obviously we're working on additional meetings in the future, virtual. However, you can also send any feedback that you have to Amazon drone feedback at amazon.com. That's being monitored by their Michigan team. And we've kind of asked them to aggregate some of the bigger concerns that people have and present at a future council meeting if they can't get you answers in the moment, just to make sure that they are being accountable to the residents. Change your smoke detector batteries. We had fall back, so if you have not done that, please do. Shout out to Lisa and the entire clerk's office for administering another election. I know, at least in our case, it wasn't much of an election, just because we were the only two people on the ballot. But that said, they go through a lot, whether it's absentee ballots, early voting, administering day of, making sure that there's enough people working the polls. It is a Herculean endeavor for literally only 2 things on the ballot, so just genuinely appreciate the work that you did. Congratulations to my colleague, Alyssa Sullivan, on her reelection, and happy 35th birthday to my wife, Madeline, on December 4th.
Okay. Thank you. Councilperson Carroll.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, congratulations to Alyssa, Luke, and Mike again on the reelection, and look forward to serving with Andrea, continuing as the Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you, Lacey, for reminding us all about the giving tree. Hope to see all of you out at the tree lighting ceremony, and bring some hats and hats and gloves. And just the people who put these things together, the meetings, I wanted to recognize one person who doesn't seem to get recognized much. That's the guy out there running this stuff, Brian Lucas. The Hazel Park Youth Assistance Committee was really thankful and impressed by the video he put together of us at Target and shopping with the kids, and he does a bang-up job for us. It's impressive to me.
And again, he knows this because we praise him frequently, but we probably have, I think, the best videographer of any city around here. So it's really a point of pride for us what he's able to do. So I know you're watching because you have to. So
that's why I wanted to say something. He's sitting there.
We thank you.
So yeah, watch out for your pets and everybody with the cold weather. People need hugs, and so on that note, if you love somebody, tell them. If you have children, hug them every day and tell them you love them. And thank you for everybody coming out and participating in the democratic process.
Mayor Pro Tem Washington for the first time.
Congratulations. Thank you. I do look forward to serving as Mayor Pro Tem in the upcoming year. I have some ideas in the works, and I look forward to presenting those later. Congrats to those reelected, and thank you to everyone of our constituents that came out and voted, because it wouldn't happen without you. Congrats to the new businesses. I have been visiting a lot of the new businesses that we have welcomed to the city of Hazel Park a lot recently, but I can genuinely say that I have had pleasant experiences every time. So thank you for those that bring those new businesses, and I look forward to seeing more. Thank you to Sarah and Syed for coming to ask the hard questions. We appreciate you. What else? I think that's all I've got today. Published the Equal Rights Amendment, and happy early Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're not going to thank you if you remember. Yeah, thanks. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We just remembered.
I remember that one, yeah.
Happy Mashed Potatoes Day.
Yeah, that's right. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone that come out this evening. I also want to say congratulations to my colleagues up here and all the wonderful work we've had over the last few years working together. And we're excited to move forward for the next few years to move the city more positive direction than we already have. And hopefully with the help of our residents and their input, and that's what we did here tonight, and taking a little input and moving it forward, making more meetings, and hopefully we can get some answers clarified with the Amazon thing. And we have other issues out there. We're trying to get things moving. We want to redo some of the sidewalks in town. We want to do some of the small interior road projects. We have some of the lead pipe thing issues going on right now where they're marking everything around town in different spots. So there's things moving forward. We have all these new businesses, small coffee shops that are great to have. It's nice to walk to a coffee shop in the morning. It's nice to have that freedom to, instead of just going to the typical drive-through Tim Hortons, McDonald's, nothing against their product, but I mean, it's nice to have the personal touch of Hazel Perk, Cascara, now Barkin Coffee, and others, and Java Hut, and those small places up and down John R. Every community, all those people can walk out of their street there, just go right down to the corner. It's so nice now. And then people are utilizing our parks more. We're going to try to do a little bit of a park upgrade on the Jan Parisi Memorial Park on the John R. And I hope that we can do a nice job on that as well. Yeah. But I do want to say thank you again to all the firemen and police department for doing a wonderful job out there. We can't say enough of how much dedication they have for our community. And all the hardworking people and city staff here. We're working with a little bit of a short staff, and there's people stepping up that I would not normally seen step up and making a difference in trying to get our agenda set, everything set for these meetings, as well as moving the day-to-day process. And I want to say thank you again for re-electing me as your mayor and vote of confidence in which I feel very honored and privileged. And we are just sitting here as a trustee and a steward of these seats for the benefit of the public and for the future of the public. And thank you. Motion to go to exec session.
Your Honor, I move that we enter executive session to discuss ongoing litigation.
Support.